Today, this is Abundance Show. I am Suffer on Global Abundance TV, and Nathan has brought us another amazing video today, and he is showing us the Japanese potential and Japanese market potential, and he wants the world to come to Japan and work there and earn money. And this, how he does this, let's learn from him directly. Nathan, over to you.
Okay, first, I'm just going to show you... Oh, maybe I don't show you this video. Here's something. Can you guys hear that?
Only ones that you could find in Japan.
Yeah,
And now,
I start with this.
again, Nate in Japan, your boy. I'm here in Nagoya, but this time I got so many friends. I'm here with my friend, Uncle. Yo.
Hello.
Yo, I'm also here with my friend, Tony.
What's up, man?
Yo, what's up, man? I got my man here. But here, today we came to visit Uncle because he is an air conditioning specialist. He's licensed, and he's one of the only ones that you could find in Japan. And that means that he can be a bridge to you to find out about these air conditionings. Now let's look at this sign we got here, okay? This place has got all sorts of models. We got Daikin, Toshiba, Mitsubishi, Hitachi, Panasonic, Sharp, Fujitsu, all the best brands. And this guy, let me hear you. Uncle, how are you?
I'm Uncle, the aircon serviceman, the only licensed foreigner here in Japan regarding aircon.
What? So today we are here. Tell us a little bit. What would you like to see about your air conditioning?
If you want cheap, I can offer for all the foreigners here in Japan, cheap aircon just for foreigners.
What if you don't live in Japan?
Well, if you want to trade, we can give you advice or we can help you be your business partner.
So we could export your air conditionings to places outside Japan?
All over the world!
Have you ever seen a Japanese air conditioning? It's awesome!
I think Japan #1.
And here, let's go visit here. We got this guy. He's taking apart some air conditioning as we speak. Hello! How are
You can
you?
expand it.
What's your
You
name?
can expand it.
My name what?
Wa! This is Wa! So, ima nani shiteru no? What are you doing?
Aircon.
Whoa! This is a cool Japanese air conditioner. It's small, but it's sugoi chikara deru ne. It's got power. Anyway, so we're gonna know more about what's going on, Uncle. It's really great to meet you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay? Anybody who's interested in learning more about these air conditionings, I want you to get in contact with me, Nate. We can connect with Uncle again, and we can find out more ways that we're gonna bring you all the greatness of Japan to a theater near you. That's
Give me a call.
Give me a call. Peace. This is Nate in Japan. Out.
you.
Peace. Tony saying peace too.
Peace, peace,
Peace. Well,
Okay, so we just want to be fun in Japan, right? A little bit of fun. People are not so fun here.
書く
No.
こんな感じ
So we want to go back to the channel now. Sorry about that.
And I just want you
license, and he's one.
Sorry. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah. Come on. Be the video.
So anyway,
Sure.
this is just what we want to do. You know, like we get products in Japan.
What's in this nice white box. So immediately I'm gonna slide this out of it, and then I'm going to, of course, open it up and show you what I'm about to discover for all of you. If you can see, ready, ta-da, wow. We're talking not the best, smoothest way to show you, but wow. Check out these types of knives. These are some master creations from a local company where, as I told you, me, Nate, in Japan, here in Japan, I'm here to connect to you the Japanese kinds of things that you need to see. So this is what we call the Ninja Blade, and they look almost too beautiful to use. I want to keep it in, enshrined as a work of art. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these knives. Here we go. This one, I'm going to take it off. Wow. kind of like a samurai type thing. I could hold it. Holy crap. This is beautiful. For anybody who's looking for a Japanese knife of sorts, I want you to see the beauty before you and how all this can be yours. And if you're interested, just let me know, and we're going to find the ways to get these products out to you. And how much does it cost? Well, at the moment, I'm just showing you the gift that I received from my connection to a Japanese company. So we can discuss price and those things later. My only gift, my only wish was to share this as something of the benefit of Japan that I've received. And here I've got something set up, right? I've got an apple. And, well, I'm trying to hold the camera, but I'm just going to give you my first impression of it. Oh, my God. This is amazing. It just kind of slices through. And, wow. Oh, I can tell you, this is amazing. And very strong, very beautiful. And, yes, that is only one. Then, of course, we've got number 2 knife that I...
Okay, so anyway, just
Good idea.
yeah, just whatever's here. So this is something that Japan kind of, needs, and they, they try to learn English to learn it. So, they need people like us instead to reach out to them and help them. So they don't have to market themselves. So here we have a digital nomad boot camp.
Google 広告で様々な企業が
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nathan, this is what I always wanted to learn from you. This digital nomad teaching.
Yeah,
Was
okay,
this-
so when I say digital nomad boot camp,
Yeah.
it's just but you have to understand the way you are a digital nomad in Japan is by being traveling like a marketer. So here we talk about
Do you know anything about Japan people, Japan? I am in Japan as we speak. Do you know anything about Japan? I'm telling you now that Japan is an amazing country. Japanese people are amazing people, and there's many benefits that Japan can provide to our world. So I am in Japan. My name is Nathan, and I live in a place called Minokamo. And this is a place that I am welcoming people to come and visit me, because we are going to build a trend that is going to unleash the potential that Japan has, but also release the potential that we have. But one thing I want you to know is that we have to first understand what Japanese people need. And I'm telling you now that a person like myself who's communicating in English, one of the purposes I have here is to try to get Japanese people to speak English. And they openly want to speak English. They openly want people to come to their country. But so far, they can't speak English as much as they would like to. And the place that I live in, Minokamo, people have yet to find the reasons to travel here. And today this video is to show why you need to come here and the place where I'm at. And behind me, you can see I am at a place that's called Seiryu Satoyama Koen. And I'm going to show you inside exactly why this place is the most amazing place that right now is going to welcome foreign people to come here and welcome Japanese people to come here so that we can start the process of making the best future possible. Let's go inside. Japan has the value that we need through their manufacturing, okay? But one thing I want to impress upon you is that when it comes to education as a whole, and we could just apply this in English education, is that right now the way Japanese are trying to learn English is that they're learning in English conversation schools out of books. But what they really need is a situation where they could actually use language And that's what this park serves as, a place where Japanese people will come here and they are going to be guides to foreign people. And they're going to explain Japan and Japanese culture in this location. And this is going to give them the real situation to use English. So you, as a traveler coming to Japan, without you, they have no one to explain these things to. So not only are you getting a value coming to Japan, but you're allowing for Japanese to provide a value for both of your mutual benefit. And look behind me, see? You could see that they recently designed these out of using grass and straw. And here you see these two towers. Japanese are very good designers and architects, and I cannot wait to share that with you. And now we're at the entrance, and I'll show you more what's inside. So I want you to get excited because this park also has what we have in the adventure park, okay? So there's all sorts of different obstacle courses that await us, and it's sure to elicit language that otherwise we would not in the quiet environment, serious environment that most English conversation schools are. Anyway, we'll see more of that soon. Behind me is a house that's dedicated to demonstrating the silkworms. If you've ever seen those beautiful kimonos that Japanese make, a lot of them comes from a process which involves using worms, raising worms, and having them spin the fabric that we weave. And here on display, we can see various displays, Japanese hornets, the kind of silk that goes into the garments, Japanese games like the kendama, the Hinamatsuri dolls. Now, I'm explaining this stuff to you, but what is necessary is for Japanese people to explain this stuff to you as tour guides. This experience for them to explain stuff to an actual living person like you is invaluable to their English education. And here, we even get closer in seeing, well, I won't give you everything, but look, we're going into exactly how Japanese manufacture. And the important thing about Japan is that they are a small country, but they are at least the top 3. And how did such a small country with low natural resources, how did they become such a world power? This is eventually the education we're using, so how you are going to become a world power. Let's see more. Now what stands behind me is another house. And if you can't see inside, what we have are weaving machines. And a lot of you don't know this, but we all know Toyota. Before they made cars, they made weaving. So it's very important you too have multiple value revenue streams. And we see evidence of this in the way Japanese companies have grown so large. And then, of course, we get into other parts of weaved goods that do go into sales. But again, fashion and clothes making are very important. And we are teaching this, and Japanese people are getting the chance to talk about this stuff, especially with people who are inclined to talk about fashion. Okay, what stands behind me is a vast field, and there's a house in the distance. And before, you could see not just this here, but over here, those are all tea. And who doesn't know about tea? Japanese tea leaves. If you come here to this park, the Japanese person you're here will be explaining to you about Japanese tea making, its history, and then you will also learn from them another part of this cultural, valuable resource that you will go on to share as well. It's now February. One of the great things of coming to Japan, especially in March, are for the blossoming cherry blossoms. It is a little early. Perhaps these aren't cherry blossoms, perhaps they are plum. And I only say that because it's so early for them to be blooming, although they don't look like plum, because plum is a more darker shade of pink, and these are a light shade. But hey, you will see these things and Japanese will explain. So now we are in an area, we are showing Japanese foods. And what we have here are the rice crackers, senbeis. This is a senbei rice cracker making house and experience, which you and Japanese people will come and they will explain to you in English the process of how you will be making rice cakes. And you can see there are many on display for you to try, for you to eat. And again, this experience is gonna allow this to become a part of you and a Japanese person's realm of communication in your collaboration as entrepreneurs. And these are the ovens where you will be making the rice crackers. So I hope you bring your appetite. You're gonna need. This is the place where we are gonna also be eating together. And you will be able to choose over an array of different Japanese foods. And this will also expand your horizons and allow Japanese people to eat with you and share and explain. And it will set the stage so hopefully you can try their homemade version of it, which I eagerly urge foreign people to experience not just the food in a restaurant, but the food that they could get at home. Now we find ourselves in a theater house where we will experience Japanese theater in terms of kabuki, various Japanese performances of various Japanese musical instruments, because when we experience this here in Japan, we will be ambassadors to take this home to our home country so we can welcome Japanese art to be performing in our towns, and we will have Japanese festivals, and this can justify investment that we can use to raise funds for the purpose of exporting Japanese culture to create goodwill, and that will lead to the manufacturing that we desperately need in our communities to revitalize. One of the great things about this park is that it is a step back in time of historical significance. And this place here, you will see various things that you just don't see anymore, but you will still be in the context of Japanese history, and that will allow us to be creating a united future. Because if you don't know where you're going, you don't know where you're going. And here we also have various souvenirs that will eventually serve as products that we could perhaps pioneer in our own countries, and people will want after they come to Japan and experience it, and they're looking for that nostalgia. They experience Japan wherever in the world they happen to be. Here too, we have a stage where we are going to be welcoming artists. We love artists, people that perform music. They serve in attracting people. And once the people are here, we're able to empower them with knowledge.
Just pause.
Yeah.
Over here, just pause. I mean, we'll play this in a moment. This is a fantastic idea. That if Japanese wants to exchange this cultural context, if they are interested in hosting our singers, our actors, and we can go for an exchange of this could be amazing. I do know a couple of people over here, few
Yep.
people. I mean, I can't claim a big one, but I mean, this is what I mean. If you let's after the video and in a program, maybe tomorrow or maybe same day, today after some time, we're gonna discuss this idea that what if we exchange or like go for. I want you to play the whole video, but I mean, I would just wanted to just make it a point that we can do it at earliest.
Well, I only took off that one we were watching because even this part two, I'm still showing this
So
part.
me being here in Minokamo, I pride myself on being away from Tokyo. And when we really understand the value and potential of the countryside, well then, there's nothing more abundant than farming and agriculture. And right now, we all need to be self-sufficient in our ability to provide food and nutrition for us and our communities. And here in Japan, when we're collaborating and working with each other, this is something we are definitely going to be doing. And we have all the space and community to do it. You understand? The wondrous marvels of Japanese engineering. They've shared with us this kind of construction so we can walk across this bridge, which I'm purposely hopping a bit because you can seriously feel just the way that it's moving. But one thing about Japan you could count on is that it's definitely safe. And Japanese engineering is just amazing. And not only will you experience it here, the people you're collaborating with, they are a bridge to that engineering which we so need in our communities. As I explained, I said Japan is a place of great historical significance, and once again, we are confronted by the images of Japan, of which we are closely familiar with, which happened after World War II, and the various kinds of ways that they developed after the war into becoming a global power. And this is the kind of transition that we're trying to understand for ourselves of how we're going to transition from becoming not rich to rich, basically. And again, you will see plenty of information and the lives and history of these people and what they will do will not be lost. Okay, and one of the things that Japan is most known for is definitely Japanese sake. And we are now going to one of the houses where we can see various types of Japanese sake on display. And the fact that this is here means that the maker is located nearby, and we will be able to actually visit these places. But for now, coming to the park, our definite goal is to get acquainted with this value. And not just that, but you could see the various pottery which was formed in being able to drink these drinks. And how the place I come from is where pottery was used to in fact hoist Japan up to be a top economy. Weaving, pottery, all sorts of manufacturing. You are going to get definitely the experience of understanding that. And in the process, we will connect to all sorts of value. Look at these kinds of t-shirts you could go home wearing. This is the quintessential Japanese experience that we are welcome you to experience here at Seiryu Satoyama Koen. Now behind me, we also have what is called the rice balls. And you've seen rice. They pound these rice, they make them into the rice balls, and a house is here that's dedicated to that. And again, it's going to be on your list of experiences, especially in collaboration with Japanese people, to taste, enjoy, and promote. We find ourselves in one of the houses here, which we have abundance of wood and an abundance of an oven, which we are going to be using to also get into the making of things. And again, this is the kind of experience that you cannot have in a classroom learning English. It has to be done in the real world, and that is what we are offering. And now we find ourselves in the place where they have various bowls and pottery. And we are going to be developing them in these classrooms with Japanese people, taking video, developing relationships, so that we can really bring this development and education to a very higher level to understand how Japan became such a prosperous country and how we can do it too. I mentioned the adventure course, and now you get to see it with your own eyes. And experiencing it will be another thing, and you'll have to come here to get that. And we can see the zip lines, that are gonna take you all the way across the park. You and your Japanese collaboration partners. The sky is the limit. Behind me now is a Japanese soba noodle making house. And if you've never had Japanese soba, it is amazing. You're definitely gonna try it. But here, we could see one of the older feats of Japanese technology, which is the way that this water empties into this as a natural way to raise and crush and pound the soba. Although right now it's not working, you get the idea. Now we've come to the place that's called the Showa Pavilion. And this is where we are gonna be displaying more Japanese culture that you need to see. Here I am at the entrance to the pavilion. Let's go inside. Whoa, I'm inside the Showa Pavilion, looking at these old Japanese technologies, okay? You have to understand that after the war, this was so vibrant and new, and people were developing, so hungry, not like now where we're totally saturated. We're learning how in scarcity we develop. Let's look, okay, Japanese mailbox, Japanese house, a whole scene of what it's like to be immersed in a Japanese house. I mean, look at this, it's a bath. See, people in Japan, we recognize this. This is icons. Immediately we know what it is. Foreign people just haven't seen it yet. So we need to get acquainted with the things that Japanese people know if we're gonna develop these relationships. Especially with the dog. Various Japanese brands we might see. Now following this direction, various Japanese publications. And let's not forget these kinds of cultural icons, which aren't all Japanese, but feature sometimes the kinds of cultural icons we remember as Americans, but Japan became interested in the West because Japanese sweet shop, Japanese music and artists, what it's like to be in a record shop for Japanese looking music. At what it's like to be in an electric shop for Japanese electronics, various Japanese bicycles, and let's not forget these kinds of goods, old school cigarettes, the manekineko, make the money come. Look what it looks like outside of a Japanese coffee shop, which you will get intimate in as it is good for conversation. Japanese timepieces, various Japanese cameras, Japanese beer, Japanese places to eat. What do they call them? I can't remember. Like yakitori on a stick of chicken. They call them izakaya. It's the entrance to a Japanese beauty salon. We happen to be blessed because there are various works on display from local photographers, talents, artists, and they're displaying that at this park. Imagine we invite them to come display their art in our hometowns. Japanese animation. Think about it. So we are in Minokamo, Japan. As you can see in this section of Japan they're showing, it is the very center of Japan, where Nobunaga, a famous samurai, said, if you control Gifu, you control Japan, and we are inviting you to do that. Here we have another house. We're stepping back in time. You are gonna experience the kind of history Japanese people don't even know about. I mean, look at this location we're at, where you can see the old school kinds of things they used to use. Phones, typewriters, machines. We're getting in this digital society. I'm taking you through the steps so that you are gonna know exactly the kind of history of which Japan came from. That you can see how it became such a rich and prosperous country. And the fact that I'm welcoming you and you have yet to know this means that we haven't even gotten to the level possible that all of us can experience mutual prosperity And when you have a collaboration partner in Japan that's going through this on these experiences that we have planned for you, you're gonna get a higher level through collaboration with a Japanese person. And I'm so excited that I'm getting to you now because they are developing so much in construction, a hotel, this pavilion for festivals. We are getting in at the ground floor and you're gonna be part of it.
This one, sorry.
Wonderful
This
to
is
see again another house that we could be
Yeah. Oh, this just the last one. This one here.
Yeah,
eating
these are
and
too
foods
exciting. I mean,
that you will
amazing.
be eating more Japanese food, collaborating more people, but another converted house, which is a school, and inside there are going to be other various events that you and Japanese people will collaborate, and it's going to deepen your relationship. And one thing I didn't get into that I'd love to tell you more about is that behind me are all animals. We're talking about chickens, horses, pigs, livestock, and they're lonely, they need you. But again, this gets us into the realm of what the countryside offers and having these experiences together of agriculture, of raising animals, of being in the nature. This is the kind of things that we need that's gonna give us the relationship to then go into the city. Certainly not last, and certainly not least, I wanna also share with you how you have this kind of land that's in the area of this pond and this seating area. And that should tell you that what this really is a place where we will be doing performances. And there are other places in the park where this is possible, but us performing shows which give people a reason to come and visit us, come and see what we're doing, where we entertain but also educate and give you the information and cultural references that you will be using in the kind of value that we're developing, is something that you're not going to be able to, keep yourself from enjoying. I mean, I am from New York. We are from the Broadway acting performance culture, not Hollywood. We're talking about the real grassroots craft of performance. You don't know what it's like to collaborate with Japanese people until you're barefoot in mud planting rice. Then one of the places at this park we're showing are Japanese commercial goods. And we can see them inside this store. The doors open. Boom. We have a whole grocery store basically filled of Japanese products, Japanese souvenirs, things that you could get acquainted with, products, merchandise, all kinds of things that people are going to be wanting that have the taste of Japan. And you can see in the distance, think of it not just buying, but this is what you're communicating when you're dealing with Japanese people in collaboration. We have milk coming from the place where we have cows and milks. Then we have various vegetables. You can visit these farms where they grow these vegetables. We have yogurts and milks where you can see where all of this produced. Honey, we have bees. You can see these things. We have various things where all these things were developed. You are gonna be experiencing all of this. And this is gonna be your gateway to understand Japan in collaboration with partners. Various information that you'll be learning more about and that we're just gonna bring so much value. Don't forget that we're making the rice here and you're gonna see that too. Don't forget that we sell the seeds. We're gonna be planting agriculture. You're gonna be immersed in all value Japanese and creating it yourself. Then behind me is the bathhouse. We're talking Japanese bathhouse, bathing culture. One way Japan got to be so high economically are from certain things like this. And if it worked for the Japanese, it can work for us. This is something we'll experience here, and who knows, perhaps we can bring Japanese bathing to a place near you. It's under construction now, but they're building a huge hotel where, again, people will be able to stay, but I am recommending that a lot of people who come to Japan, you get the experience
Oh, sorry.
of staying in a host family. But how is a Japanese person going to welcome you into their home if they don't know you? And that's where I come into play, is that I'll be introducing people and creating the icebreakers so you will genuinely find people in Japan to collaborate, and you will develop the kind of trust that's going to take you into the stratosphere. So this place, Seiryu Satayama Park, it is near what is a highway stop, and it is easily accessible so that even as you come to my area, and the significance is my area is it is the rural area surrounding Nagoya. And both of these dynamics we will be experiencing, not just the countryside, but how we develop value in the countryside, and we're using that in the city where we can get top dollar. Okay, well, I am now driving home after I went to the park so I can specifically show you what kind of place it is. And I want you to know that I'm very excited and very happy to be making this video. And I want to tell you that nobody in Japan is doing this, especially in the place where I live. And this is going to allow for us to bring together lots of source of value. And what it matters is that when we bring different values from different sources and we piece it all together, that's what's going to make the difference from people who just put all their eggs in one basket. And when it comes to us making a new economy that has to do with making YouTube videos, which has to do with communication, we need to put ourselves out there in many different ways. And you coming in Japan and Japan connecting with you, it's going to be win-win for all of us. This is Nate Raymond. I'm in Minokamo, Japan. I've created the Japan English Exchange, which welcomes people outside Japan that speak English to come to Japan to speak English with us and have a big value that's part of that. And you're going to find out. Thank you so much. Wonderful to see again another house.
No, that's it.
Okay,
So,
are we through?
Yeah. Just showing the that's the digital nomad boot camp.
So me being here in Minokamo,
Sorry, I'm trying to go back to my menu. So anyway, that's the Nathan Raymond YouTube channel, but I have another YouTube channel, which is the Japan Exchange channel. Sorry. So switch account. So the Japan Exchange channel. Now this is different because here now it gets more specific. The Nathan Raymond is like the history, but now this is the Japan Exchange where you know, we are going to, so I show a preview of my app. Sorry, view your channel, videos. Here we go. So, you know, I've visited some like Japanese
people, what's going on? This is Nate Raymond in Japan. Today we have an international expo, and I'm so happy today to see this flower arrangement display, and I want you guys to all see it. Look at this. It is amazing. And this is made out of completely recycled materials. So that's what we do here, and I want to introduce the person who made it. Hello. How are you?
Fine.
What's your name?
I'm Lisa.
You made this? No? Oh, okay. Well, she's showing it, so it's very interesting. So, Risa, what do? You do art? Okay. Show me, what is that? This thing? Whoa. Yeah? Interesting. Oh my god.
Make a flower.
So you make the flower.
Yes.
I see. Using recycled material. So mottainai, ne?
そうですね。
Gomi mo dashinai. So amazing. Wow. How much do you sell these for? Wow, look at these prices. Yes, but beautiful. So this is your company?
Yes.
What is it called?
We are art league.
Oh, like an art group? Art Green. Wow, flower business の新しいの何ですか？
可能性
可能性。ああ。を
描く。
描く。Imagine? かな。
So we just get Japanese people to speak English with us, and they get to talk about their business. And now that you hear that company, Art Green, you can look it up online, and you wouldn't know about that if we didn't talk to them. That's the point. Is like you unleash business they're not expecting. You know?
Yeah,
Oh, it's so
but the
funny.
but, but the point is, how do you take this product to the world?
No, so I have also a dash next system. See, so I do have a, you see, this is the Exchange Revenue Streams ecosystem. This is the website. See, but I made this using Dashnext. I am going to have 1 million licenses of this software. If I share this software with your students, they get offer page, a website, an e-commerce platform, and they just are an extension of our network, running our system, our CRM, so that they can share a link and people click the link and then they join their thing. But for people to get this system, they also need to have a debit card. So then I have a system where we get a debit card. And to get the debit card, we need people to they first pay in this very little money, but this little money we are telling the companies and the universities when they pay us as their marketing, they're giving this money that the students then use for that little money so they could get this debit card. And then once they get the debit card, we also do the thing so that they could get some money on the debit card. And then they use this money to join our speed meeting event. To get this one, yeah, one of the licenses I have. And then see, we build everything through our communication and step by step.
Okay, okay. So I'm holding a summit in a while for the AI.
Yeah.
Again, the whole tech world that I know around people here in Pakistan, the southern part of the Pakistan, and they'll be on board. So I want you to speak for 10 minutes and give them the idea that how can they leverage AI or e-commerce to get the Japan huge business and people who are the digital marketeers, and we have a lot here, and how can they make money out of this, and how you make money out of this, okay? And another thing, I
Mhm.
see that you've been in the park, you've been in on the markets, and I don't see people there. So Japan need lots of
Exactly.
tourists, I suppose.
See,
And
so that's what we're doing. We're giving people tourism. Now, look,
yeah,
when you understand,
one
just
thing,
this is the difference of me explaining to me though who I am. Is I say Nathan Raymond. Okay, I'm an international network coordinator of the Japan Exchange. So, my AI chatbots for seamless workflow. So, first of all, think about we're creating your chatbot, and you need a chatbot to navigate this because the people themselves, they don't know how to communicate, but we need to do something to program this chatbot. So but this is the skills and achievements that how I did this is develop a YouTube channel for Japan Travel Connections, invented an app for sustainable tourism and rewards, secured stakeholder software to incubate personal brands. See, enhancing English educational through social networking, and we're organizing the 20 city tour. So you guys are going to spend, eventually, I'm just in my one city, but I have this road that involves you guys coming on a 20 city tour, organizing the speed meeting events, automating your travel schedules while you're here, and coordinating the local community for mutually beneficial joint ventures.
I
And then,
think I think
yeah,
the idea of getting our the chamber of commerce. I mean, these chambers. I mean, if we get connected these chambers somehow, then
yeah,
we can create more value, I suppose. Just because these business persons
we
keep coming
need,
and
right,
start visiting each other's country, and the point, the Global Abundance Organization, the core objective is that we create value for the world. I mean, Japan
yes,
gets benefits, Pakistan gets benefits, Raymond gets benefits. Every person who is involved gets benefits. Even, I mean, if you're talking to the students and students are talking to you, and through you they are they are taking these Japanese products to the world. So
right,
that creates value for every person who is involved in the process. The now the point is, what was the first point? I mean, let's start it. I mean, I want you to speak on the conference. I mean, I'll be
yes,
holding for AI, and there'll be people from all around the world, maybe, and from Pakistan, and I'm involved in the tech world, and they'll be there. I mean, this is fascinating. This is important. Look, what we have to offer is that Japan and other countries in Europe, like Sweden, Norway, and there are countries, they are like these villages. I mean, they got everything. They've got all amenities, every business. They've got a lot many things, but they do not have people. They do not have their own people, and they want the visitors, and they want the people to come from, and they live there. I mean, I have been since housing is my field, so I've been
hmm,
exploring the world for housing, and I see that including Italy, Sweden, Switzerland, even. Although that's a tourist destination, but there are areas where nobody lives there. So they want people, and in Pakistan and in India and in this part of the world, everybody wants to go to Europe, America, and your countries. So why? I mean, what's I mean, if there is an ecology that we can
hmm.
develop, and we can put together, and we can bring all stakeholders to the one point, that could be amazing. I mean, and this
So
is
everybody,
the point of
yeah,
engagement. And let me complete, please. The point of engagement is Chamber of Commerce. These are vibrant people all around the world. They are entrepreneurs. They are problem solvers, and
hmm,
they are the creator. They are value creators, since they are individuals, and they are their own businesses. They are the policymakers and decision makers. So this is easy for them to talk to each other and to understand each other, instead of organizations, instead of countries, because countries do have, I mean, this is tougher. It is very tough to move a government for
right,
a purpose than an individual. So this is what my take on this. I mean,
love it.
how can
Yeah.
we add value? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so our patterns are what the AI is, pattern recognition. So very simply, when we just explain, look, create your ambassador avatar for speed meeting so you can launch your AI Web3 business. So first, just introduce yourself. Who are you? Example, like me, I like international relations. I'm a Japan ambassador, and it's my dream to create an automated online system uniting
Okay.
Japanese people.
Nathan,
Yep.
hang on. First, I want you to expand the screen, and just
Ah,
zoom in, so that, I mean, you've got, you've got borders from left and right. I mean, just expand the page
okay.
so that the word
Um,
this font becomes bigger and better, and though more,
got it.
and
Got it.
it gets less stress to your eyes, and to you too.
Understood.
Yeah, yeah,
How,
yeah, yeah. That's
how
it.
about
One
that?
more. Yeah, yeah. One more. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, just get it to
Maybe,
left. Yeah.
yeah.
That's easy for you too. Okay, now
Yeah,
go on.
totally.
Yes. Yeah,
Right.
lovely. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I have let's see, is this even the best? Yeah. Okay, let's look at this one here.
Okay. Go through.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Nathan Raymond and the Japan Exchange offer, okay? Build your business, Web3 social business as a social entrepreneur, creating AI as we go. Let's get started. So, who are we? Okay, just who, what, why, how, where, when thing. So Japan Exchange Web3 ambassadors. Okay, who, what, willing to introduce myself to Japanese people. Why? Japanese people need real conversations with English speakers. How? English speakers prepare communication to talk about themselves. Where? Online. When? Anytime we agree. Okay? More information about who, what, when, what. So, who? Japanese English learners, English speaking Japan travelers. So, that's who we're matching. What? Japanese people ask about you to create your travel schedule. So, they're going to handle your travel schedule. Why? We will combine English with your personalized Japan experience. So, us focused on your trip is the English lesson from our side. How? Be prepared to sell yourself according to your interests, skills, dreams. Uh, where? Our speed meeting event online for 20 one-on-one talks, 3 minutes each. When? Online around 9, but I prefer morning to create the day's tasks. So really, it's like, what time of the day are people available? We just don't know. Who? People interested in freelancing to become masters of their craft, personal branding. What? Traveling to Japan as a digital nomad to create content with a Japanese network. Why? Use your network to create Web3 AI matching through our digital nomad travel. How? Create content for our YouTube channels for personalized collaboration UX projects. Where? The 12 categories of user experience in the community to base our conversations. When? Ambassadors create travel schedules for new people to experience online and in person. Yes. Final words. Who? People who can visit local businesses to create content and are willing to talk about it. What? We provide education to help create people's personal brands. Why? We elevate society and can develop new revenue streams to support freelancers. How? The Japan Exchange YouTube channel, app, and blockchain. Where? And that was when? Speed meeting after we create and upload to YouTube a virtual tour of our 12 categories. So everybody needs to look up in their location their own 12 categories of business. And that's what I did with Jhelum Pakistan. So they can just see my video to understand who their stakeholders are in their location, right? And so just my patterns. Okay, create your ambassador avatar for speed meetings so you can launch your AI Web3 business. First, just introduce. Oh, I've already talked about this, right? Oh, so yes, who are you? I talked about that. Questions to introduce yourself for speed meeting. So before a speed meeting, just be prepared. What do you like? What is something you do well? And what's your dream? But we say the things that are related. Like the dream you talk about needs to be about, I like this. I like cars. I am really good working on engines. My dream is to be a connection for cars, right? We create a related communication. So every time you meet a Japanese person, you're very fast because you only have 3 minutes. You just want to relax. But second, introduce your location and 12 category business stakeholders that we automate. Okay, so you just look up the business of these categories in your location, and it's part of your metaverse user experience. So you look up the ESL, collaboration turns English into conversation with a real person. So right now, the English schools, we connect them with a real person. That's all. The non-pro. Then we visit with that real person the local nonprofits. And, nonprofits, if you will visit a nonprofit, they're very happy. You give a reason because we're giving the virtual tour of our city and related business. 12 businesses for an internship, but we choose it and we look up the local podcast, and we're going to get on these podcasts to create a podcast with them, and we're talking about the local nonprofit and the local business where we met in English school, telling our story. Then we're also creating
Could
Facebook
you?
ads to
Wait. Nathan, I want you to more elaborate more on podcast because this is my lovely area. We then promote that NPO talking about
yes,
our experience volunteering. I mean, what's this? I mean, could you what this NPO is? What is non-profit organization?
yes, exactly.
Okay,
That's what,
um,
right.
could would you please? I mean, uh, I want more. No, I mean this number two and number three. Explain. Can you explain
Mhm.
more? Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Well, I did your 12
Like,
categories of business for your location. So we did already identify the nonprofit. And so that nonprofit that I identified, I'm going to bring it up because, yeah, let's see. Where is it? I know I sent you something. Uh, yeah. So this was something I sent to you. Hold on. There's another one I did. Because I did send to you Jhelum, Pakistan. Here we go. Yes. So here's the place right. You see this place? Sechet, Sehet.
okay,
That
okay.
is the Society for Health, Education, and Environment. So their nonprofit, why did they create this nonprofit? They create it because they want to do something for health, education, and environment. So that's what we are offering. The thing that we're doing is the event that, so we do the work for them. Okay. And also, when they are getting money for their dedicated cause, when we are offering what we're doing, we free up. So, anyway, we're just visiting these people with their YouTube channels, and we are simultaneously promoting them from our user experience. So, we're turning everything into a user experience. It operates from our metaverse and what we're doing. Okay, so uh anyway, that's the specific non-pro. Okay, so now ESL, what did
So I mean,
I
what we do? I mean, we just talk to them and we. I mean, talk
yeah, I'm a
across.
sales. I call people. I send a message out to them. But me sending them a message from Japan, they need someone locally, a physical person in that location. So, but knowing that you're there, I can at least reach out to them and they're like, "Oh, okay, so I have an affiliate partner of the Japan Exchange that's in Jhelum, Pakistan. Is it okay to visit?" But also, it has to do with the person who's in Jhelum, Pakistan. That's the place I identified in your location. You might have a better nonprofit that you want to do that you feel more comfortable in, but it's the level of involvement you would like to do. It depends who I'm talking to. But this is not designed to do anything you don't want to do. But the thing you do want to do, we have you do it, and the thing you don't want to do, we have people who want to do the thing you don't want to do. So, our level of assistance is first level, so first we're just deciding what you want to do, but we need social people. So that's why if you are the connection to the Chamber of Commerce, but also through you, we're connecting to the university, we're going to have people who are in your location who are 16, 17, 18 students. They will do this work as part of their education because if the school reaches out to the Chamber of Commerce and says, for the preparation of students who are graduating. They want to visit existing business owners. And that's the kind of thing that local newspapers want to be part of. And so we're human centered. We are generating the momentum in society. We're not just looking back and saying, government, what are you going to do for us? What are you going to do for us? No society is going to thrive when they're so expecting their government to take care of them. But our government works for us. We are the people with the power. And now that we're directly connected to each other, but this is something that when they spend money to want to connect, I am showing a different power. This is not me spending money. This is me, law of resonance and sound frequencies, because the words we speak are exactly getting people organized in the way they go. It takes a long time, and that's what my YouTube channels has showed, that I didn't just wake up in the morning and decide to do this. This isn't an accident. This is a path I've been on a long time, and only now is it ready. But I knew a long time ago that this was what we need, and now's the time to do it. And I outlined here how we could do it, and it's just going to allow people to take the steps to be empowered, that the steps you're taking and the steps I'm taking will unite our countries. And simultaneously, people from America, people from India, we're all going to be on the same page. And we're going to be a source of the community getting money. You get paid to work with us because we're getting our own type of currency. See, the companies, they just pay us for marketing, and we market them better. But the money we get from them, we put in a digital wallet. And then from the digital wallet, we reward people from your country and people from our country to just have conversations. If you have conversations, you get part of the rewards. So the money that the companies are paying to educate, it goes our digital wallet. You get the money from the digital wallet. So the money goes right back to the students. And the students get directly the money that's given to the school. They don't spend the money on the teachers and I'm not trying to say teachers aren't needed. No, this is just a separate system where we're more efficient. So we cut out the
Okay,
middleman of the bureaucracy
hang on.
because we have AI.
Hang on. Nathan, time out. Okay,
Yep.
for a minute. Okay, I've been talking to the people, and I've been asking for the 20 pupils badge. So they say, okay, if we provide you the 20 students for a badge for your speed meeting to Japanese, I mean, how are you gonna train them? What they're gonna do? Exact? They want the role and task of these 20 students, maybe of
Just
any school, could
introduce
be
yourself.
from.
That's what I explained. Just introduce yourself. All you got to do is, yeah, that's all. I'm telling you that the Japanese English market
Okay,
is in.
it's me. It's me. I'm talking to somebody Japanese and any
Yep.
entrepreneur there, and I say, well, this is for abundance. Wala. I'm working for the global abundance, and I want to empower the world to. And I'm connecting the entrepreneurs and producers and the consumers, and we are the one of the largest consumer economy here in Pakistan. And what do you have to offer to my country? So
Okay,
is
but
that
you're not gonna speak like this to a Japanese person, because right now you're speaking right now like yourself. I'm asking you to speak to a Japanese English speaker, so English learner. So they need simple. And you're not going to talk about yourself. The AI is going to talk about you. So don't worry. You don't have to do what you think you have to do. I said all you need to do is focus on these three questions. What do you like? What is something you do well? What is your dream? But we're talking about one word answers to easy Japanese people. See, that you're gonna
I mean,
talk like a baby.
it's like the student gonna, I mean, ask, what do you
Just think
like?
about it. You're one
I mean,
of 20
okay,
people.
Okay, it's
So
me. Like it's me. Train me for this. What do you like? I like networking. What is something you do well? That's again probably networking or podcasting
okay,
maybe.
okay,
What's your dream? What I like and I mean what I want to do well. That's again an empowerment. I want abundance of resources, abundance to every person, be it
that's
economy,
fine.
starting from
Okay,
mental. This is
yes.
networking and abundance.
Okay, you just said it. That's all we need to know. Then the next step, we're going to be checking your 12 categories. But I'm doing this by checking your. See, you can you just are prepare this, but you're going to meet a Japanese person and you're going to meet 20 of them and they're going to meet 20 of you. So don't worry about the language. Just understand that you need to be in front of a new person, have a little conversation, and then next, new person, have a conversation, next. You don't need to care about it because you don't have to be so active. You can be relaxed because you're just gonna need what you need. But don't think of yourself, think of Japanese people. They could learn all this English, but they don't know what English to learn. We are saying don't worry about all this English. Just focus on the people. And see, they're gonna be researching your YouTube to learn about you. So that's why you have already, before you meet Japanese people, you just have the simple. You said simple. What do you like? I like networking. What is something you do work well? Networking. What is your dream? I want to be a networker. That is totally enough. A connector because we're connectors. Now, so just before you speak to Japanese people, I'm just preparing you, and I prefer Japanese people speak to you. I prepare them. So there's no way you guys could have a bad conversation. Just go through the movement, but you in front of a Japanese person you never met is like a meal you never tasted. If you meet these 20 people, it will transform you. You don't know what it's going to do to you. It'll be a different you because that's the effect people have on each other. But if you only are talking to Pakistan people, you have only the effect in Pakistan. But if you're talking to a Japanese person, your effect is now indeed out of Pakistan into another country. 20 people who would never meet you, but their mind is hungry for meeting people. They don't know it but they need this. So, not how many people have you met, right? It's like this the way you're networking, you become a global networker. But don't worry about people, it's their patterns. AI is reading people. The information take on a life of its own, but you're putting out there the information that AI can find. That's going to give you a new algorithm you don't create now. Right now, if we look at your patterns, they're only in Pakistan, right? And you only affect your physical location. If suddenly the effect of you in Pakistan is creating an effect and affecting people in Japan, indeed, you're putting a global thing. And then if your patterns is going to New York, so look, it's all investing in our relationship because this is me. This Japan Exchange is me. And that's what a corporation is. It is a digital copy of yourself that you make a corporation so that if your corporation gets sued, they don't sue you. They sue the corporation, and a corporation can go bankrupt. But me, with my personal brand, the only way I can go bankrupt is if I go morally bankrupt and I were to betray people. But there's no way I can betray people because we're not sharing dangerous information. We're only sharing what you like, what you do well, and what's your dream because those are your patterns for AI. but you're not just going to do it. You need a real human to do it. So only in this conversation are we creating the information that AI can read. And then we can create automated systems that now we create new patterns, because the old pattern is obsolete. So you have
Okay.
Pakistan.
Okay. Okay. We go to number four, and the university, then travel, then tech.
Right,
Yeah. And
university. So that's what our speed meeting events are. These university students, what do they need? They need uh, the job when they graduate. But right now, there's many students graduating from typical university, and they can't get a job because the job doesn't need them anymore. The job needs somebody who could get people from social media as customers. So now it's our job, and that's the Rehan School is that too, right? They're tapping into that. They're saying we need to create a different type of school. Okay, so these universities, they can't just change. They need something that's already going and successful. And so, but the way we just do that is we just partner with universities by creating the speed meeting event. Universities are places where people are, sources of events for this stuff. So, but we created an ambassadors club, right? There's already an ambassadors club, study abroad location. These are but word of mouth. Somebody who's in the local area, you can travel to your university and you can do the detective work like you're a police officer, right? You go to the university, you're like, oh, hi, is there this, is there that? I look up things from my location. See, you're not alone. I am this person from Japan that's totally guiding you on my side, that is saying, oh, I looked up this at the university. Oh, there's a Toastmasters group we can connect with. See, an AI doesn't yet have the capability to help you this way. It needs the right kind of human to be with AI. So we get more into not just using ChatGPT. Oh my God, anybody can use ChatGPT. Oh, use Chat. No, it's not so easy. Like, oh, ChatGPT. It's the human that's using ChatGPT. So you want to be that human, uh, you know, travel, right? Just your tourism department, okay? When you go to your tourism department, your location actively wants tourism. There's people that are getting tax dollars to as a job in charge of the tourism department, but at this point, they have already exhausted their possibilities. They don't care if they're going to really increase tourism. They get a salary anyway. Okay. But we at least go there and say, look, if you do what we're doing, you're going to increase tourism. So now all the money they get to promote tourism, they can put it into us through our marketing. We create a social media marketing agency. We're an agent. We do relationship management between companies with the public, so that companies can share with us resources that we can then create giveaways in the community as a way to improve the relation, but we can't just have a giveaway like Sony. If Sony makes these, speakers, sorry, they share with us a donation that we put in the digital wallet, and the digital wallet, we have these speed meeting events where every time you are having these interactions with people, you will get points from the digital wallet. And this digital wallet is, it's going to be tied. See, this is our own currency, stable coin that, it, there's changes that are coming where, but will be more valuable than Bitcoin is what I'm saying. But it's, the current user experience of Bitcoin is just they use smart contracts and they exchange them with each other. But our smart contracts, we create smart contracts too, but ours are actually smart because they're based on our conversations. So, you know, yeah. So Tech recruitment. Yes, your location. Right. And I just go back to the what did I say? Tech recruitment. Okay, tech recruiter, Pakistan premium. Okay, so when I click this button, okay, so again, there's this tech recruitment company, Pakistan Tech Recruiting Company. We see available jobs, iOS engineer. See, now if a Japanese person is coming to your location and they have any of these jobs they can do, then they can also be going with you, along with you, with a real person's job. So, once you get acquainted on these speed meeting events, it allows us to go to each other's countries and tag along with a person who lives there and get the real sense of the country. And we embed ourselves because we're marketing. So the people who make the rules that usually would say, oh, no, we don't do that, eventually we connect to them because we connect through the community first. So that's why our involvement with the Chamber of Commerce, with everybody who's spending money, when they know what we're doing, they'll instead use our money that is fun. It's community focused, human focused. We just focus on the development of the 16, 17, 8-year-olds, 18-year-olds who are interacting with Japanese people. And it's going to change a new community focus to, to everything we do. So, anyway, just,
Okay, now City Hall
Yep.
mean public
So look,
make.
you have a mayor, when you go to your city hall. Yeah, see, I didn't understand. I guess what this is saying,
I'll let
uh
you know. Okay, this is
yeah, when I looked up places, and I'm not sure. Oh, Tehsil Council Jellum, who is this
yeah,
guy?
yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah, this
this
is just information we could find out, but anyway, so the people who are in your location, if they're just saying simply to, yeah, no. Anyway, they're just simply saying locally, hey, we're the students. We want to interview the mayor. The mayor loves to do that stuff. And, so we get the Public Makers Lab, where was the place we had the uh
yeah, number 8. I mean, we've got plenty of. As long as City Hall is concerned, this is totally government organizations. Uh,
yeah, well, okay, the
this
city hall has paid money, to make these labs, so the government funds these projects, but that's just because the government funds it doesn't mean it's going to be successful, and probably it's not successful because they're not a business. But so when we bring a business mind to their government operations, they're going to do what we say, because you guys are making startups or have labs, but they need customers, and the startups need to go global. See, so you
okay,
guys are operating just in Pakistan. You need somebody who's making the connections also to other countries, and
okay.
uh,
I got a
but you
question
can
about.
do that. You are the connection, see? And even this Pakistan trademark, right? So you have a trademarking, create your desired trademark. We're trying to get inspire people to create new trademark ideas. Yeah, create more IP. My Japan Exchange Incorporated. That's what we're doing. We're looking to collaborate to create IP, and then I'll sell the IP and I'll give you a percentage of the profits we get from the IP. And we're creating the network as we create it here. Yeah. So, this is just, we got to be a part of it, right? We got to speak things into existence. Oh, yeah. My Pakistan friend was telling me about, he knows this artist, right? Hasanat Mahmood, uh, visual artist. But he was saying, yeah, Jalam
Oh,
is the
yeah,
place
yeah,
for warriors.
yeah.
Yeah, so they have their contact information. We're the ones that are driving people to look up this contact information and actually contact them, right? But I can recognize it from Japan, but I'm not in this location, so we need people from their location who are like, look, I need, so again, the student they're looking to do these types of things, and we just need to, motivate them and tell them that, here we are. So here, look, when I looked up this information, right, the Japan Exchange. Oh, sorry, let's expand it a little bit. Um,
Nathan, I have to run to my office now. I mean,
okay, all
um,
right, we will talk again,
I've
definitely.
got only 3 minutes to talk to you.
No problem.
Then
Thank you
I'll have
so
to.
much for the talk we had today, and I look forward to speaking with you
Oh,
again. I'll get my computer fixed.
we can continue from right from this point when we reconnect. Okay.
Got it. Yes, look forward. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's cool. But I mean, my
Yeah.
last question. I've got a question. Last one. How about the
Okay.
startups? There, I see a lot of champs over here. They got talent, and especially right now in Pakistan, this is food
Yes.
for thought for you. For my next meeting to you is, it's about the we've got over here people are educated, they are
Hmm.
very well versed with English language, and
Right.
they are doing amazing in e-commerce right now in Pakistan. You would find
Yes.
countless people who can speak English and who are very well versed with e-commerce. So this is next, I mean, how we can leverage this for Pakistan, for
Yeah.
Japan.
You guys will
Yeah,
come with the tech support. You guys will come here and be like, okay, a
yeah.
Japanese chat. I'm going to open up your sales channels to global positions. And with me,
Okay.
you're getting
That's the
all this
idea.
stuff here.
That's
Yeah,
the
through
idea.
our collaboration.
Just yeah, just research it, and
Yep.
till we talk next. Is that okay
Got
for
it.
you?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
See ya.
Great
Bye
time.
bye.
It was nice. Nice talking to you. Thank you.
Yeah. Nice
Thanks for
talking
your
to you too.
time. Thank you,
No,
Nathan. Bye
thank you
bye.
so much. I do appreciate it.
Bye bye. Thank you.